So I recently took a trip with my family. It was a very beautiful place that is both known and unknown. A place that seems fake when you look at it. Where did I go? Well, based on the title of this video, I went to Wyoming. Now, why did I go to Wyoming? Well, my family and I love to sightsee, and Wyoming has everything from the Grand Tetons to the variety of wildlife. In this video, I'm going to tell you why you should visit Wyoming, and don't worry, I will tell you the truth and give you the insight on if this place is worth traveling to. Let's do it. In terms of sightseeing, Wyoming is among the elites. Starting off immediately right after you land, you are greeted by gigantic mountains that loom over you, really giving you perspective on how small we all are. The airport is close to a somewhat small town called Jackson Hole. This town holds many things like gift shops and many restaurants, but I will get into that more later. After driving out of town, you get to pass by many hills that, based off size, can be mistaken for mountains. It's also very hard to miss the Grand Tetons, which are a very beautiful set of mountains that span a very long range and just add something special to everything. A very famous area to visit in Wyoming is Yellowstone National Park, which sits at an elevation of 9,200 feet. Now already the state of Wyoming is elevated above most of the United States. Yellowstone is known for its beauty and the volcano that sits under it, and if erupted could wipe out half the United States. But mainly, its beautiful landscapes and views. There are many things to see in Yellowstone, like the tall trees and the many geysers, but the most famous being Old Faithful, which is called that because it erupts faithfully every 63 to 70 minutes. Now I can go on and on about the sites for a while, but we have to move on. Moving on to wildlife, there's a lot, and I mean a lot out there. I didn't realize that until I actually saw some. I live around Chicago, and out here you don't see any animals, just rats, deers, and the occasional coyote, but in Wyoming, there are black bears, grizzly bears, wolves, bison, eagles, and so much more. The first time I saw an animal was when I was standing on a hill looking at the Grand Tetons, and I saw something move in front and below me. It was some sort of coyote, but it was a bit bigger than usual, so I'm not sure what it was exactly. But the scariest encounter that me and my family had was when we were driving back to Jackson from Yellowstone, and it's basically two roads, one way forward and one way back. Anyway, we were driving and I see something moving really fast in the bushes, and on the side of the car, I turn my head to the right and I see a grizzly bear run from our side of the road to the other. We saw him perfectly. I mean, I saw his face, the sharp teeth, and the shape of his face. It wasn't a full-grown bear, but it's definitely got my heart rate up. If you're ever out in Wyoming or anywhere with bears, always remember to bring bear spray. In the middle of big hills and mountains lies a town with a population of over 10,000 people, and its name is Jackson Hole. This is the most popular town in the state of Wyoming, so of course there would be a lot of tourists, including myself, shopping there and spending nights in the motels. If you're not up for crowds, then Jackson is probably not the place for you. Though, if you wake up earlier, there will be close to no one when you go shopping or exploring the town. Jackson offers many stores that sell things that help you remember your stay there, like shirts, keychains, and magnets. But overall, it is a very nice town with friendly people that will give you a different experience if you live in the suburbs or in a big city. Plus, if you're really into art, Wyoming offers many places and galleries for you to check it out, but be ready to pay a large amount of money. I didn't even know Wyoming was into the art scene like that, so that adds another interesting layer to the state. Like everything that exists, well, nothing is ever truly perfect. Not even Wyoming is excused to that fact. If you love food like I do, then Jackson, Wyoming would not be a good place for you. I've heard people talk about how the food in Wyoming is not good, so when I finally got there, I tried one of the local places, which I will not name just in case this video does really well. Anyway, it was a Mexican food place, and I'm Mexican, so I had to try this out. And it was not good. Like many other things out there, it just really doesn't taste like anything. I don't know how to explain it, but I guess it makes sense since Wyoming is secluded really high, and especially Jackson Hole. Not to say there isn't any good food out there, but the highlight of it was the bison burger. Now, that was really good. It was the first time I ever got to try one of those, and it was better than I expected. So if you're ever in town, make sure you grab you one of those. Now, to answer the question, is Jackson, Wyoming, or even Wyoming worth visiting? Yes, it definitely is. Not only does it provide an experience you'll never forget, but it also gives you perspective on just how tiny us humans are in the grand scheme of things. If you can bypass the food and crowded areas, you and whoever joins you will have an amazing time. Whether if you go to Jackson, Yellowstone, or even in the middle of nowhere, just remember to bring bear spray. Thank you so much for watching. Please check out some of my other videos, and please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.